Hello everyone and welcome to another awesome, exciting episode of Aurogiri. Today I woke up and I had one of my friends send me a message on the phone because, you know, we're in the 21st century. And it said that on Twitter, Cyberstep, aka Onigiri US, has stated that their poll is over and we've won. We won the poll, so, you know, for the past 2-3 weeks, they wanted us to go vote on our favorite characters, either vanguards or normal partners, whatever, and they wanted to see who everyone's fan favorites were, and, you know, they just wanted to collect some metadata and see, okay, this is how we can, you know, maybe in the future arcs, you know, Kaguya was like a big fan favorite, so there'll be more Kaguya stuff, and people like Ibaraki, people love Miyamoto, so maybe we'll just give everyone a Miyamoto scroll. I don't know. I don't know about anything like that. That's just pure speculation. But the polling is over, and they said, as Eva just said, 100%. So how it was going to go is we have 100% fever this weekend. And how it was going to go is if we got 500 votes on the polls, and you could vote for both polls and your voting would count for like each, so generally every person who voted on the special partner one would vote on the normal partner one, so every vote was really 2, so we got at least 500 people to vote. That's beautiful. So, you know, ACM, no, hell no, I have not stepped foot in ACM since the day that Oshu has dropped. So yeah, like, you know, we got the 100%. So 100% Saturday and Sunday. No, nothing today. So today's your day to prepare. You know, you just don't show up and be like, all right, let's go. And it's like, well, I'm not ready. You need Ryu. I suppose if on Xbox, yeah, if you don't have, you don't have that many money means ACM is still the best way to make money. But, no, Oro, it had to be the... Yeah, it was. But I said we had 500 voters, and each person voted twice. Because you'd vote on each poll, so it would combine. That's exactly right, Vert. It's exactly right. So, that's awesome. Fever, great. I know I'm going to be spending a lot of my time for Fever right here. This is Satan 2.0 Lucifer, and for that we need to collect stones to give to Geno, just to show how that works. He's like, welcome back, did you manage to get the stones? A white and a black, great, well I'll open the door for you, da 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 da. Okay, open door, don't waste your chance, boom, portal's open. So I need 1 white, 1 black, I need to farm them today. And me and my buddies are gonna like pop all our 300% drop boosts that we get from login calendar and stuff, and we're gonna farm Lucifer this weekend at some point. I don't know if it's gonna be Saturday or Sunday, whatever day is more convenient for me and my friends. So Fever, that's awesome. And you know, is it H? I don't know what to call you. I'm gonna call you H for now. So H is saying they need to farm Ryu for the update. And that is true, but I'm still waiting to see if the Xbox update is going to be like ours, where the Oshu portal was glitched and we couldn't go to the 4 dungeons on top. So, like the 4 actual story dungeons. And if that's the case, all you guys will really do is, I'm Goku? Okay, hi Goku. But, yeah, if anything, they can reach 115 pretty quick if the portal's glitched. But I'm still waiting to see how that goes. I want to check out some of Xbox's live streams this weekend. I wanted to make the Lucy twins on PC, but there isn't anything weak to Holy late game. You're right about that. You're right. But the attack power and the triple damage is huge. And, you know, I think the twins would be so good because of Sunlight Strike's buff and Spirit Blast and all that good stuff. And Lightning Slash. Is it trash? Because I have never gotten Lightning Slash 7 and I want to try it. They mentioned it was going to be Lunar Tail. in a tweet somewhere. Well, yeah, Lunar Tail Part 1 is Oshu and Islands. And then you go to Tanegashima. So it's Oshu Islands, Tanegashima, but you don't go to the moon. That's Lunar Tail Part 1. When you go to the moon, it's Lunar Tail Part 2. And they can't give you the both of them at the same time. The Odin weapons have triple damage. Can they go, and they're only 119? That's cool. Yeah, all platforms are getting fevers. So Xbox, PC, and PS4. That's a good comment, Ryan. But Odin with triple damage, that's cool. Can they go past 10 million or like triple damage? Because I mean, I'm asking Randall questions, but at the same time, you know. So Fever's happening, and I want to just take a brief 5-10 minutes to talk about what everyone can do to get ready for Fever. So sometimes people don't know what to do, they're lost and all that stuff. So, well, that's cool. So obviously, time to grind Brigandia. Like, yeah. That's another important thing. So I'm gonna spend a little bit of time to talk about what each, not PC, because I don't know what PC has to do. They only mentioned it as a whole. Okay. Now, before I talk about what I was gonna say, just to talk about what Vert said, I feel like a professor when I have so many comments. It feels cool, but based on how the game works, they can't give you both Lunar Tail Part 1 and 2 at the same time, because if they did, they would have to put Miyamoto, Sasuke, and Luna all in the same Nyankoro pond, all at the same time, and it would be weird, because it's not meant to do that. So, because of Miyamoto and because Miyamoto shows up before New Onigashima, because I talked to my friends about this last night. New Onigashima comes with Lunar Tail Part 2. So Xbox will not have New Onigashima, so they probably won't have Point Daruma. Therefore, because Miyamoto has never existed in Lunar Tail Part 2. She was not in the place, like in Onigashima. So it's going to be Miyamoto in Lunar Tail Part 1, and you're going to have Dagger's Peak and all that stuff. And then you'll have Cave of Infinity with Luna when Lunar Tail Part 2 comes out, probably in November for you guys. So there probably shouldn't be Point Room and stuff. But they should be separated, because you have to, the Vanguards come separately. They're not going to be, there's not going to be 3 different units. Then you'd be missing out on a unit, and it wouldn't make sense. So, unless they want to change things just for Xbox, and they don't change things for PS4 either, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't think you guys are getting updated Onigashima. It wouldn't make sense. It would not, in my opinion, it would not make sense to have Miyamoto, Luna, and Sasuke all in the same world at the same time, because it just wouldn't add up. So, well, they still haven't released details here. Okay. The Lunar Tail update? Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's all just speculation, right? So, that's just going off of what happened to PS4. And I think it's just going to be hand-me-downs from PC to PS4 to Xbox over and over and over, with a couple of compensation packages in between. So, let's talk about what needs to be farmed. So, we're going to start with PS4, because that's, you know, what I know. So, like I said earlier, if you're at, like, you know, my point in the game, you've got your Garg weapons, you're at the end of the storyline, you're ready to farm Lucifer. Fever is the time to do it. So if you need to get your white and black stones, I recommend you do it today. I know a lot of my friends, I'm doing it later tonight myself, actually. So on PS4, if you want to farm stones, today's the day to do it for Lucifer. You gotta team up with your friends. Don't ask me for Lucifer stuff, because I'm running it with my buddies, and they're the ones who run it. I'm not that good at Lucifer. I don't have fire and darkness and all that stuff, so I'm really just an addition. I can res people and I do a lot of damage, but they're way better at it than I am. So that's one thing I gotta farm, is I gotta get stones today. And I don't need to worry about Ryu. I don't really need to worry about anything else but stone. But it is all weekend, yes, like Vert said to run. So, What else can people do? So I'm going to talk about Oro is Sakura. What do you mean I'm Sakura? Oh yeah, I can res and stuff. Okay, I gotcha. Alright. Yeah, well, you know what? I suppose. I used to have a huge crush on Sakura when I was younger. She's my favorite Naruto character. Don't, like, and Shippuden, she was so sexy. Oh my god. But moving on. So, you know, today's the day to farm your stones, like, get ready. You know. So I'm actually going to just talk about what to farm on Fever. So, on Fever for PS4, the things to farm are going to be Palace of Rain. If you have, like when it comes to all the rewards in the game, so like all the rewards from the moon dungeons that we have, PS4, PC, whatever, only the Lunar Spirit Seal is affected by drop boosts, aka Fever, so Palace of Rain should be the only one you farm. Like, what's it called? Like Dew Creek, all that other stuff, there's no drop. There's no, like, boss to fight to drop that's special. So Benkei Factory, same thing. It's all just not dying. So don't worry about those dungeons on Fever. That will not boost your chance of getting a fused recipe or anything like that. So I know that I'm going to be spending a lot of my time in Palace of Rain, because I know I can beat it on normal now. So I went and did it the other day. So I'm happy. At least I can do that. I could probably do it on hard, but I don't want to. So Lucifer, Palace of Rain, 3% chance on hell with 300% boost and 100% fever. Hey, we've got a guy on here who can't get his fused Thunderquake recipe, Val, and he's gotten 6 of those damn things. Should I spend Fever in Kaga or just try to finish the story? Honestly, I would try and get as close to Edo as possible. Get as close to the new update. And there's no shame in getting carried. If you can get carried, if you can get yourself to Oshu and get carried in Minabo Kyaku, you can get any of your characters to, like, level 110, no problem, if you just sit around and get carried. Like, honest to God. People are going to be running that on Xbox. No, PS4 does not have Nightshade. We don't even have Origami Magma. We skipped right over it. So, and that's another thing. Thanks for bringing that up. So, the 3 things I recommend people farm on PS4 this weekend are going to be Lucifer, Palace of Rain, and your wardings. This is going to be the weekend where you're going to want to pick up that $20 PSN card and use it for energy restores. So, you know, Energy Restore, I don't know if Xbox has this yet, but it's where you run out of energy, you talk to Chifuri for the wardings, and she'd be like, you try to click on a warding, you don't have energy, she's like, oh, you don't have energy, would you like to restore? And then it will add whatever your denominator of energy is to your energy. So let's say you're trying to run something that takes 5 energy, like a gargoyle or something, and you're down to 2 energy, your energy would jump up to, you know, for me it would jump up to 14, because I have a total of 12 energy. So it would add the 2 plus the 12, 14. So you don't have that yet. Okay. So about to get like $200. Nice. So, you know, this is the weekend where you and your friends, you say, okay, do you want to run this damn Dragon Arc like 80 times? So, you know, I have 400 OC on deck right now, so if me and my friends want to, you know, farm out a Dragon Arc that we don't want to, like, get done with Fever, because these drops are what you want to do. I recommend, like, I'm probably going to save one of my 300s and get my buddies together and be like, okay, we're going to run for an hour and we're going to pop a 300 boost and we're going to restore until we get this shit done. So that's going to happen. So those are the 3 things, like I've said: Palace of Rain, Energy Restore runs, Dragon Arcs, all that stuff, and then Lucifer. Now on to Xbox. So what are you guys going to want to farm? Since you guys are still in Edo and you're not at the update yet, here are the things I'm going to recommend you farm. As I think it was Rhyme or someone else said it earlier about ACM. I think it was Goku. I can't remember exactly. But he said, you know, farming Ryu. Ryu is important, but it's the least. Ryu is always the least of your concerns. As long as you're farming something and you don't like expend a huge amount of durability, Ryu is of no concern. So, exactly, farm mags for 105. Exactly. Farm mags. And that's always on the list, is farm mags. So, you know, and Randall's bringing up a good point too. So you're going to want to farm the huge gold club from Pipe 5. Don't waste your fever trying to get a fox charm. Okay, that's the one thing. That is the one gargoyle drop you do not want to farm for, ever. That is literally the dumbest thing ever. I've never farmed a fox charm in my life. Okay, so the huge gold club from Tentuki and Pipe 5, go farm that. If you need that, go get it. Because you're going to need that for the infernal weapon. If you need dregs and Ascapulian coins from Elder, by all means, get your friends together this weekend and go get like 10 of them, and you'll be ready for gargoyles. You know, those are good points to bring up. Thank you. Whew. I never think of that stuff because I'm beyond that point, and it's very hard for me to retrospectively think of that. Okay, so mats important. To be honest, I got all the mats from Dissolving Mat. Exactly. So Fox Charm, you can't get that one. So exactly. What was I gonna say? So the best way to get the Fox Charm is farm mags this weekend. War Bazooka if you need your log, your bloody festival, all that stuff. Pressure point is actually 5-man hard. We were saying that the other day. The pressure point mag, but the others are 4-man hard. Best drop rate. And while you're farming those mags, we'll tend to get those Milky Quartz and Rutile Quartz and all the other defensive garbage mags. And all those mags, if you break them down, if you get like the cat's eye, all that stuff, and when you break those down, there's a chance you can get Fox Charm and stuff, and I've done it a couple times. So it's a really good location. If you don't have those dual mags ready for your 105 mags, you're going to farm them, pick up every mag and break them down. Not all mags, but the extra shit. Just pick it up, break it down. You might get some good drops. So that's another great farming spot, War Bazooka. And as always, farm your mags if you don't have them. So, like I say, if you need banana, pineapple, Leos, Cancers, Amaras, Arayas, because 105 mags are going to be huge for Xbox, and you know all those mags. If you don't have them in PS4 as well, you gotta farm. You gotta farm up those mags, and Fever's a great time to do it. And even if you don't get the ones you need on Xbox, you can trade those ones to your friends or whatever. So, you know, Juan needs Lord Enma and all this stuff, and you can all get it in Kavanaki Sawame, 2-man, 3-man, whatever you need, and it works. So I recommend farming mags, farming mats. Don't worry about EXP, don't worry about Ryu. If you're a little behind in the story, just focus on getting to the next area, and then you can always come back stronger and farm, and it's easy. You don't want to struggle to farm stuff, it's never fun. I remember back in Echigo, just farming Typhoon, it's like, fuck. It was not fun. So, and Herculean Boulders as well. Herculean Boulders needed for one of the gargoyle weapons, I believe it's the Rhyme. Don't worry about that. Once you finish your Lunar Tail 1, and you get to Tanegashima, when you do the cat and farming that for money, like that's why you don't want to worry about that for money, because you guys will be getting cat. And when you get cat, you get 1 million, like you'll get like 10, like, I'm going to say you'll get about 25 million every session until you fill up 100,000 boxes. Someone offered you a Night Sky Twins for Min? Wow, what's Min? They put 70 OC for... I pay $7 for a Cancer? Fuck yeah. You're saving for Oda? Of course, those accessories. So, okay. I'm getting a little jumbled, just trying to remember the key points when I thought of this video about 20 minutes ago. So, I'm going to talk specifically about Xbox and what they need to do for the upcoming adventure. So, don't worry about Ryu, just make sure you get to the next story area. Don't worry about anything. Obviously, farming mats for your 105 weapons are going to be important. They're very powerful. 300, so 30 bucks? 30 OC? That's pretty good. I'd pay that. Fuck yeah. Holy shit. Unless you're going to say $300. That'd be bad. But if that's 300 OC, not bad at all. So, lively bulbs. If you literally have nothing to do and you're just waiting and you want to be productive and on the game, don't be like a riffraff. Just run thing for lively bulbs over and over. Central Koshiden, just run that. Get your lively bulbs and all that stuff. How many bladders for rhyme? Bladder? Bladder. What's that? What do you mean bloody? What? Boulders. Holy shit. You need about 1 or 2 or 3? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Will there be anything? Will there be another Tengu on Xbox? Or is there only Wara Bazooka still working on Disruptor? Oh, will there be another Tengu? Okay. Alright, that's a really good question. So Tengu. Exactly. Exactly. So there technically is, but it's random that he shows up. It's in Cave of Illusions or something? Alluring Cavern, that's what it's called. There's a chance that you'll go a certain path in the dungeon and Tengu will show up, but I wouldn't bank on it. It's very rare when it happens. However, like Randall's saying, when it comes to exhales and all that stuff, when you're running Mine of Bokyaku and all that stuff, when you're running that stuff, you will happen upon North Mags a lot. It's a mag that drops from the new enemies all the time. Collect all those North Mags and break them down. When you break down the North Mags, they have a chance of giving you Tengu Exhale, Spider Silk, like a shit ton of stuff. It's really good. Like, those North Mags help you a lot. And like I was saying earlier with Cat and not worrying about boulders, when you run Cat, you're going to get the mags needed for 105s, aka Scorpion, Gasan, Keiragi, what's ours called? Cockatoo, etc. If you break those down, they have a high chance of giving you Herculean boulders. So you don't really have to worry about all that stuff once you get through your update. Because you'll get those mags a dime a dozen, you break them down real easy, and you'll get that stuff. So... like, what's a disruptor? So what does the disruptor require? So the disruptor requires Tengu fans, exhales, Gyuki horns, armored territory. That's another thing. If you're worried about the disruptor, Gyuki horn is going to be a very common drop in Oshu. So... the Gyuki horn, like the Gyukis are everywhere, but they don't drop Spider Silk. But they have a chance of dropping Gyuki horn. And I literally throw this stuff away. I'm surprised I have 40 of them. But Gyuki horn becomes a lot easier. You can break down mags for Tengu Exhale and Feather Fan. Don't worry about them. Chaos Wasabi. I think you get that from mags, but it is what it is. Armored territories, whatever. Fruit of Transients. I broke down a mag yesterday and got a Fruit of Transients. It's not that bad. North mags are amazing. So they really help out bow users with those. So that you can look forward to that, Goku. You're sick of running Wara. I know. Everyone hates Wara. I run it just for mags on hard, so I don't worry about it. Let me think. So let's just look at the rhyme, Nova, and Frost. So, Nova requires huge gold club, spellbook of rage, reverse compass, dregs, marrow. Really? I have all the drops for Infernal? Damn, I didn't know that. Okay. Frost, you need. Cerberus vinegar. Oh, that's a frost. I don't have the rhyme. Oh, rhyme, yeah. Spellbook of rage, Herculean boulder. I think right now I could make the twin sword rhyme. Oh, I have the recipe for that? I didn't know that. The bow. Cool. Rhyme. Okay. So what else was I going to look for? Oh yeah, so the most important thing that I've been trying to say for like 20 minutes, but I'm having such a good time talking to you guys. Is there a space? If you're, oh, okay. So if we go to the staff, it's going to be very important. Gonna murder my internet service provider? Ah, shit. So this thing right here is probably the most important thing to farm. Honest to God here. The bloodsucker. So the bloodsucker is literally the easiest veteran weapon to make. You just need a catechist at 57, so you know those are really easy to farm. If you've got nothing literally to do, go farm Byakko Cavern on hard for mags and get catechists. Curse blood becomes a lot easier. Miracle stones or whatever, dark stones or whatever. Lively bulb sucks dick. That's going to be hard. But, you know, we break down mags in Oshu and you get lively bulbs really, really easy. Oro stones are so annoying. They're not bad. So, you know, it's literally the easiest one to make. You just need catechist and lively bulb. Fruit of transience, easy peasy nowadays. Rhyme. How do you, what? How do you function? Anyway, this right here is probably the most important thing to farm up. Bloodsuckers. So, you know, I got a shit ton of stones. Hi, Hunter. Just do daily search? Okay. We don't have daily search, but you will have daily search soon. But, we don't got no daily search. What the fuck? Anyway. Another thing to farm is your embroidered cushions for faded contract or ornamentations. With all the new mags and all that stuff coming, you're going to want to get that faded in there for the extra HP, SP, and crit. And some people will always have the argument where it's like, well, as long as my damage is high, I don't need extra HP and SP, or extra HP. And to tell you the truth, a lot of people will say, we don't need, you know, I have like 10,000 health and I don't have to worry about stuff and all that shit. So in Oshu, I'm going to tell you right now that when things hit you, you will get hit for like 14,000 damage. Like every time. People are going to throw rocks at you for like 16k all the time. There is so much shit to do, Vert. That's why we gotta make this video, so that people just don't be like, yes, there's fever, what are you gonna do? I don't know! Like, we don't want that to happen. We don't want that to happen at all. So, there's always something to do. Always, always, always. And, you know, farm embroidered cushions, farm lively bulbs. No amount of HP will save you from Burger King. You're damn right. And don't bring a Vanguard in there, or you'll cry. But, yeah, so don't do that. You're so behind. Xbox is so behind, but you guys are coming up. You're coming up. The rocks only hit me for 8. Well, do you have 105 mags? Because I remember when I first got there, the rocks hit me for like 1 billion damage. But then after I got my 105s, it was less damage. So maybe the nerf. I don't know. I think it's the defense from the 105 mags, to be honest. So. But yeah, you'll need a lot of HP in Oshu. Things are going to hit you like a truck all the time. I don't have as much HP as I should, but I'm pretty good with 2200. 22,000, whatever. Where do I get all the mags for Thunderquake? Okay. Cave of Naki-Sawame, 2-man hard, for, I got no HP from Faded. Okay. So, Cave of Naki-Sawame, 2-man hard. All my mags are 2 times SP? Jesus. Yeah, what did I say? 2-man hard, Cave of Naki-Sawame, and you can get your Cancer and your Leo there. Sagittarius, you get Moroku to level 27. He sells them to you every day. I got one yesterday. And then the log is Wara Bazooka, 4-man hard. And the other thing just comes from Cat. You don't have to worry about it. The Cockatoo. And then you're going to need gems. And oh my shit, that's another thing to farm. If you don't have your Myrtle gems, if you don't have your Scarlet gems, don't worry about Cerulean gems. But if you don't have your Merlets and you don't have your Scarlets, go run some Cave of Naki-Sawame. As long as you have crit Randale, that's all that matters. HP's okay. But as long as I see crit on my mags, I'm not going to cry. So, you know. 60... Yeah, I have 50. You have more than me. But as a bow user... Or you're twin now, right? You're twin. I made what do they call it? Dancing Water, and I got 7 crit, slice, and I got 4 dex. It was shit. But it was pretty good for crit, but the second roll was shit. I feel like we're having this huge conversation. It's crazy. I wasn't expecting this kind of feedback. I just wanted to say, hey guys, we got fever. Do this shit. Alright, I'm out. But we're having a good talk. Oh. Well, that's good. Yeah, I remember you talking about the Odin ones on Twitter, Facebook. Okay, so... Alright. So I've said what I had to say, you know, lively bulbs, gems, you know what you need to farm. See, Vert, I told you were going to regret it. And then I tried to comfort you, but deep down I'm like, nah, you shouldn't have done that. Food, oh, life on food stamps would be jealous? I suppose. So, you know, anyone have any questions about fever? Because I think I've said all I can really say. You know what you need to farm. If you need a material, go get it. If you need money, reevaluate your life. If you need mags, go get mags. If you need the experience, do it while you're farming. Like, stuff. Don't worry about it. EXP and Ryu are the last things you should worry about for fever. It's all about that drop boost, baby. So, and it's another thing too. If you don't have your Satan weapons, maybe you want to farm that too. But I'll tell you that when Lunar Tail Part 2 drops, the drop rate on Satan stuff will go up a lot. You can run normal, like I can run normal and get a cross recipe right now. It just happens. I don't even have the Catastrophe cross yet, but I have every other cross but the Catastrophe. Yeah, but the Catastrophe. So. Well, Hunter, if you're going to be up all night, remember you need to sleep for fever, because those are the days you have to be up all night. So like I said, any last questions about fever, and, you know, just let me know. You can also post a comment to this video for any questions, and I will come back and I will answer you whenever I have time. You mean dildo cross? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, you want that dildo cross. It's got that lightning element, extra vibration. Yeah. The Why didn't we call it the Cocktastrophe cross? Man, that's such a good name, but yes, I do. Nope. Thank you, Oro. Oh, you're welcome, Eva. So... Man, this video got pretty lit pretty fast. The Cocktat, you heard it here first. The Cocktastrophe. You know, there you go. If I manage to get to the end content, what should I do? Okay, so if you manage to get to Edo, like honestly, like I said, your biggest concern if you're behind is just swallow your pride and just get carried up if you can. But if you manage to do all that, I would do some research, honestly. Depending on what class you're playing. You're so lost, okay. I wish I could just do like a one-on-one and just help you out, but I'm not on Xbox. I can't just, you know, pick up the pieces. Does the L from Lucy mean little or large? It means Lucifer. But, it stands for love, Randale. So you're gonna love the Coctastrophe. It's the loving omen of doom, the loving end of days, the loving Galgos, the loving Gravitas. It stands for loving. Because, you know, you really gotta, like, penetrate Lucifer and make love to him to get his weapons. So, you know. So if you manage to get to endgame content, when Fever rolls around, you know, since you're a spear user, life is going to be hard. Well, on Xbox you could buy stuff, but with Fever, mouse is sleepy. Honestly, if you could just like chill with Hunter and get carried up, that'd be phenomenal. That'd be phenomenal. If you guys could help out Vert and get her good, that'd be great. I don't know why I'm talking Ibaraki right now, but I enjoy it. Also, Yoshitsune's voice actress is going to change when you get your update. Her voice is going to get deeper and it's going to be weird. But then it'll just be... you won't notice it later on. Honestly, the best thing you could do, Vert, is if you manage to get to Oshu, is to collect a lot of North Mags and break them down for the Herculean boulders from Oppenheimer, because you don't want to have to farm him himself. Maybe try and get the Geno Buster recipe too, because spears need the Geno Buster recipe, and you can get that from Oppenheimer, no problem on Fever. I'd say maybe get that Geno Buster built up to 45, and then try and collect your lively bulbs from Kaga. If you really have nothing to do but you can farm the boss in Kaga, I'd do that. Just to collect a lot of lively bulbs, because you're going to need about 5 lively bulbs. And then I want to tell you to farm Hades for stuff for his Bibles. But honestly, you'd like kill me because you hate Hades, so I can't say that. But farming stuff for your 105 weapons is awesome. Farming stuff for the Bloodsucker is amazing. Really, the best thing you can do is go to the wiki, look up the materials you need for your weapons. So pull up a list of the weapons you have in the future. So, you know, like sword. But you guys, a lot of people already have Galardia and Brigandia and Disruptor and all that stuff, but learn up all those the stuff you need. Like, we all know what we need for Satan weapons. Some people don't know what they need for 105s, but they should have them by now. It's funny because I don't have my 105. What's the other one? You don't have to worry about severances. Don't have to worry about gems. But okay, so let's say... oh no, Xbox won't have an update right away, so don't worry about that. And another thing, when Xbox gets your update, I'm pretty sure you guys will have Fever anyway. So you guys will probably get double Fever. So you'll probably have Fever this weekend because of all consoles getting it. And then next weekend, you guys will probably have more fever that I would imagine you would, just because a new update's coming out. So that's gonna be fun. I think we've covered everything at least once or twice by now. It all really, you know, people know what they got to do. I just want to remind people to do stuff. That there is fever this weekend. That hooray, 500 different, like how many, like it brings up the joke, like how many Onigiri players does it take to fill out a poll? And it took us like 2 weeks to the last day. We were missing like 20 votes last night, and I put out a tweet saying we need 20 people to vote. But I think I've said all I can really say here, so makes it so high that human ears can't detect the noise. Okay. So I'll see y'all later. Thanks for the fever. Thanks for participating in the survey and the poll and all that stuff, guys. And I hope you all the best of luck with your mags, your ornamentations, your materials, your experience, your drops, all that stuff. Wish you all the best. I hope everyone has a great fever. And I'm also going to let people know that on PS4, when fever happens, and this is a true fact for everything, when there is fever, every single person is going to be an asshole, okay? If someone comes up to you and says, hey, can you help me? I'm going to be like, you see that blue star up there? It means no, I'm busy. Like, okay, it happens. When there's fever, don't ask for help. You got to make plans now. If you want to farm a gargoyle this weekend, make plans now. A dragon arc, a warding, whatever. If you're going to farm Satan, if you're going to farm mags, try to get everyone together. Your gamer tag is Sean the Sheep 04? Cool. Xbox don't need luck? Alright, Randale. Alright, just time. Okay. So, you know, this has been a great little episode of Aurogiri. Haven't done too many lately, but that's fine, Eva. We'll do stuff. But yeah, I wish you all the best, and I'm gonna head on out of here, and hopefully everyone has a great fever.